Hey everyone, welcome in. I don't usually do tutorials, but I had a lot of people asking online about this method, this isolated hunt for Chikorita that is using the exploit of the spawn overload. This is a technique that I came up with based on Papa Jefe's Charmander Isolated Hunt. And it uses the spawn overload glitch that has been widely spread out. And using this technique is how I managed to get this gorgeous, shiny female Chikorita in under 10 minutes on stream today. So I will just quickly explain to you how to set this one up. This is based on Papa Jefe's Charmander Hunt. I basically am just applying it to a different area. And this will also use the spawn overload glitch. I will just briefly explain how the spawn overload glitch works. But I will also be linking Papa Jefe's video in the description because it goes in much more detail than I will here. But basically, how this will work for us is that right over here we have a spawn where 4 Pokemon can spawn in here, right? Gardevoir, Roserade, Chikorita, and Bulbasaur. And Chikorita and Bulbasaur only have 15% chance of spawning. But by using the spawn overload glitch, there will never be the same Pokemon spawning twice around this area. So if we max out this area, force this area to spawn 4 Pokemon, it is always going to be 4 different Pokemon. So using this, we can use this as an exploit to force Chikorita, instead of being a 50% chance spawner, to be an 100% chance spawner. So that makes the hunt much faster, and for me that I really want a shiny alpha Chikorita, I think this is my favorite hunt because I find it more engaging than just bench resetting and stuff like that. But as you can see here, I already did some spawn overloading in this area, and I have 3 Pokemon around here, a Gardevoir, a Chikorita, and that shiny Roserade right there. And I need 4 Pokemon to be there. So before I can do the isolated hunt, I need to max out my spawn overload. And I'm gonna do that by grabbing this Chikorita and making it aggressive towards me. Which, not the best Pokemon to do this with, but I can taunt her. Okay, so sorry, I managed to lure out a Bulbasaur, which is much easier to get aggro than Chikorita. And right now, this Bulbasaur is 50-something meters away from the spawning point, which is precisely where I want him to be. So I need him to lose aggro, which is happening now. Now, good. We save. And then we save. Now the game has frozen that Bulbasaur in that spot, which is like 60 meters away from the spawning point, which is precisely where we want him to be. And now that Bulbasaur is going to be waiting for us there, which is huge. So what we do now is that the game is aware that the Bulbasaur is not in its spawning area anymore. So I need to save the game again 65 meters away from where this Bulbasaur is. I don't know why 65 specifically, but that's gonna make the game try to spawn somebody again in the place where Bulbasaur was originally. 65, huge. Save. And now, when we soft reset, there should be a new Pokemon where this Bulbasaur originally was. Hopefully. If we did everything right. And that's how you do the spawn overload. Before we had 3 Pokemon in that spawn. And now there are 3 in that spawn, hopefully. There are still 3 in that spawn, hopefully. And we're gonna bring this Bulbasaur back, which is going to make it 4. Hey Bulbasaur, wanna follow me? Do you wanna follow me? Hey, buddy. Let's go. Let's go back to the spawning area, please. Thank you. Let's go. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Okay, since we took this Bulbasaur a little bit far, this might take an extra save. Yeah. I think this is actually fine. Yeah, we have 3 spawning there, and we save the Bulbasaur here. So I think that's actually perfect. So we can just close the game. And I believe we did it correctly. Now we overloaded the spawn. We had 3 Pokemon there. Now the game see that there are 4 Pokemon in the radius of 50 meters. which means that when I rest in this bench and I look right, there should be 4 Pokemon waiting for me there. Right, I'm gonna look to the right, there's gonna be 4 Pokemon and they're all gonna be different from each other. If I did it correctly. Amazing! So it's Bulbasaur, Chikorita, Roserade, and Gardevoir, right? That's how we set up the overload. We had this spawn with 3 Pokemon, now we had it with 4. It's a little bit tricky to get the gist of it, and I had to edit to get it right, but it's actually fairly easy once you get the vibe of it. So that was the overload part of the strategy. Now we need to force Chikorita to despawn or respawn as we want. And for that, I want Bulbasaur and Chikorita to be spawning closest to me in the bench. So right now I have Bulbasaur and Gardevoir closest to me, and I don't want to reset for Gardevoir. So what I will be doing is I'm gonna be bench resetting until the Pokemon that spawn closest to me are Bulbasaur and Chikorita, which are the ones that I want to shiny hunt for. If you want to shiny hunt for Roserade, you can do Chikorita Roserade, you can do Bulbasaur Gardevoir. It depends on your targets, but your targets needs to be the ones that are spawning closest to you. Okay, this is perfect, exactly what I wanted. I have Chikorita and Bulbasaur closest to me, which means that spawn that I mentioned to you, whenever I'm 70 meters away from both Bulbasaur and Chikorita, they will despawn, and when I'm 50 meters away from them, they will respawn. And because the Pokemon will never repeat, it will always be a Chikorita and a Bulbasaur there, as long as Gardevoir and Roserade are still on screen. So this Crafty is gonna give us some trouble, so let me knock it out. Bye-bye, Scrafty. And then I just need to run back and forth, and that's basically it. If I am 70 meters away from Bulbasaur and Chikorita, they are spawning away. If I am 50 meters in, they spawn back in. And then, just run back and forth. Because Gardevoir and Roserade are always gonna be spawned in, this means that you always get Chikorita and Bulbasaur there. You have successfully isolated them in this spawn overload. And what you need to do is drop down a safe. And if you get a shiny, then you catch it. If you don't get a shiny, you can always soft reset and redo it again from here. And then you will always get a different spawn if you run up and down. If you keep doing this for a few seconds, we'll eventually see them switching places or see an alpha. Or I'm not getting a shiny for this tutorial, but yeah, this is how it is. This is basically, again, completely adapted from Papa Hefe's shiny Charmander method. Is just in a different area, and if you can also apply it to different Pokemon. You just need to find a good spot to run back and forth. This is not super ideal because you need to keep knocking out the Pokemon that it will spawn here, but again, I think it's more engaging, it's more fun than just doing bench resets. And yeah, I think for the alpha, it's the fastest way to do it. So yeah, if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments. If you want to learn better how to do the spawn overload, Papa Hefe's videos is in the description. And yes, let me know if you managed to get Chikorita or Bulbasaur using this technique. And yeah, don't forget to like, subscribe. This is my secondary channel, but if you want to see me doing this hunt, my Twitch channel is also in the description, and I would really appreciate a follow there. And yeah, see you soon, and best of luck hunting.